Let's lock in. Israil Madrimov has been pulled from the card on December 21st, the undercard for Usyk Fury rematch due to an alleged illness. Now, I say alleged because we all know that Madrimov was scheduled to fight Boachuk and then have a short turnaround to face Virgil Ortiz. And a lot of people pointed that out and stated this doesn't really seem fair to Madrimov. This seems kind of like bad matchmaking. The fact that Virgil Ortiz could have fought someone like Xander Zayas, who's fresh, who's young, who's hungry, and who would have had a full training camp instead of fighting, yes, a former champion and a talented fighter like Israil Madrimov, but who would have a short turnaround and probably wouldn't have enough time to recover and have a full training camp before stepping in the ring on February 22nd. Well, it looks like Turkey Al-Sheikh heard that, and we're going to take a look at what Turkey Al-Sheikh tweeted, and then we'll discuss it. So this is from Turkey Al-Sheikh. It states, it was confirmed by doctors this evening that Israil Madrimov is suffering from acute bronchitis and has to withdraw from the December 21st fight with Boachuk. British fighter Ishmael Davis will replace Madrimov, who will now rest and recover for his scheduled fight on February 22nd, fight with Virgil Ortiz. And you see Ishmael Davis has now been replaced. And so we're no longer going to see Madrimov on that card. He is going to rest and recover from acute bronchitis, and then he's going to have a full training camp to face Virgil Ortiz. What are my thoughts on it? I'm glad that they realized the danger of having Madrimov fight someone as talented as Boachuk, and Boachuk gave Virgil Ortiz all that he can handle. Many people believe that he beat Virgil Ortiz, and now you're automatically making plans. It's similar to Eddie Hearn with Liam Perot versus Richardson Hitchens, and now having that fight be squandered and spoiled. So if your intent is to make Madrimov versus Virgil Ortiz, and that's the fight that you really fancy, then you're correct to pull him from the card coming up in 2 weeks and just make sure he trains and he's ready for February. Now, of course, they had to look for a reason. They gave the reason. Do you believe the reason? I don't believe the reason, but I think like you got to find a way to pull him from the fight that isn't as obvious. So, flu season, people get sick, things of that nature. So you pull him out of the fight saying he can't fight because he's going to be recovering from this. And if you ever had bronchitis, you know that it is something that can impact your ability because it impacts your respiratory system. So it'll be difficult for you to fight 12 rounds. And you probably can do it with bronchitis, but you won't be at your best in the sport of boxing where it is really life or death at times. You don't want to go into a fight being anything less than your best, especially against an opponent like Boachuk. So no one can really determine how you feel. So it's one of those perfect built-in reasons to say this is why Israil Madrimov is being scrapped from this card. But I would much rather him be scrapped from the December card than to see him fight December and then to see him fight in February, because as I stated in previous videos, I was concerned about that. I just want to correct a few people. When I said reasons why I believe Xander Zayas would be a better fight for Virgil Ortiz, I never said that Israil Madrimov wasn't a good fight. I never said that Israil Madrimov wasn't a good fighter. And I never said that Israil Madrimov wouldn't beat Virgil Ortiz, because I'm still thinking about who I'm going to pick for that fight. My point was, with all the things going on, specifically fighting in December and then turning around and having a fight in February, when you're going to be recovering from the fight on December 21st for about 2 or 3 weeks, you're not going to be able to get back to training camp until mid-January, and then you have a fight February 22nd. I didn't like that for Israil Madrimov, so that's why I thought the fresher, younger opponent who's actually going to have a full training camp would be better. Also, the Puerto Rico versus Mexico dynamic. But people only hear what they want to hear. Never once did I say Madrimov wasn't a good fighter. I never said he wasn't. And I never said he wasn't a dangerous fighter. And I never said it wasn't an intriguing fight. But it just seemed like one of those short notice, one of those, I'm trying to find the best way to put it. It just seemed like an uphill battle for Madrimov if he had to fight on December 21st against Boachuk, who's a very good fighter, and then fight Virgil Ortiz, who's a very good fighter. And this coming off of a loss from Terrence Bud Crawford, who many people, including myself, see as the number one pound for pound fighter. So it would have been a tough road for Madrimov. I'm glad that this Boachuk is out of the way. Now it makes the Israil Madrimov versus Virgil Ortiz Jr. fight more intriguing for me, because now I know I'm going to see both fighters at their best, and that's going to be one heck of a fight. So let me know what you think in the comment section. Do you think this is a real illness? Do you think they're using this as an excuse to pull Madrimov from the card because they realized that they gave him a daunting task, and that's fighting Terrence Bud Crawford, then fighting Boachuk, and then shortly after that, having to fight Virgil Ortiz Jr. You're talking about 2 months after that, he has to fight Virgil Ortiz Jr. I think they realized the error in their ways, and they said, this is a tough task for anyone. Let's pull him out of this fight so he can focus on Virgil Ortiz Jr. But what do you think? Let me know in the comment section. Please like, share, subscribe. It's Caden. I'm out. Peace.